Welcome to the Cabral Concept, where board-certified naturopath and integrative health practitioner Dr. Stephen Cabral shares how he was diagnosed at the age of 17 with a life-altering illness and given no hope for recovery. It was only after studying and traveling all over the world did he discover how to combine ancient Ayurvedic healing practices with state-of-the-art naturopathic and functional medicine to fully rebalance the body and re-energize it with life. It's time to discover how to get well, lose weight, and finally feel alive again. And now, here's your host, Dr. Stephen Cabral.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Cabral Concept. This is the weekend edition of the show. Glad to have you here with me. Excited to get into more community questions. That's why we call these the Cabral HouseCalls. Basically making a house call to your home, hopefully being able to help out you, your family, your loved ones in some way. We have a really amazing community. I mean, we really do. A lot of people writing in for friends, for relatives, for children, for spouses, for parents, whatever it might be. But, you know, what we're all trying to do is simply get a little bit better each and every day, each and every week. And honestly, that's the same for myself as well, because I continue to read for myself, but also for our community so that I can show up better. And I really think that, especially this year, more and more of us are trying to do that. And it's something that we teach, and we're huge advocates, of course, inside of the Integrative Health Practitioner Institute, where we're promoting a health coach in every home. That means we are trying to make sure that at least one person in each household can share this information with their parents or their children or their siblings or their spouse or their community or their church, whoever it might be. And that is because this has now been lost information. We have allowed our media, we have allowed our conventional medicine doctors to essentially just usher in a new realm of a pill for every ill. And in our community, we simply don't believe that. We're not against conventional medicine. We're not against pharmaceutical drugs when used in life-saving based conditions. But for us, what we want to do is be able to rebalance our bodies and heal from the inside in. So thank you so much for joining me. And that was my little intro. Let's get into our house call. So the first question is coming in from, I'm opening up the document right now. This is from Andrea. Andrea says, I've heard that ashwagandha can have a negative effect on the thyroid, leading to hypothyroidism if taken too long. Is this an herb that should be pulsed, or is this information untrue? Andrea, great question. And the information is just untrue. So whoever you got it from, there's actually a lot of research on the contrary. So let's just say, I mean, we have it on our product page. So if you go to daily thyroid support, just go to Equilife or just go to stephencabral.com/shop. So whenever I talk about a product or a lab or anything, you can just search it at stephencabral.com/shop. That'll take you over to Equilife. And we just type in ashwagandha and thyroid. Excuse me. This is the first thing that popped up. 8-week study in 50 people with hypothyroidism found that taking 600 milligrams of ashwagandha root daily led to significant improvement in thyroid levels compared to the placebo. And that's only one. I mean, I've given you many, many studies, but it's actually easy to understand if you know the biochemistry and the nutritional biochemistry of this herb and how it affects what's called the pathophysiology of the thyroid. So the more stressed you are, the higher the cortisol level, the lower your thyroid's going to function over time. So ashwagandha it's called an adaptogen, and it helps to better regulate your HPA axis, which helps not produce as much stress hormone. If you don't produce as much stress hormone, then you're able to produce more natural thyroid. So that's how it works. That's it in a nutshell. I have many, many shows though on thyroid, and you can find those at stephencabral.com/podcast. Scroll through those images at the top and you'll find the ones on thyroid. All right. Anonymous is up next. Any advice for crusty eyes? Feels like it's a little sticky when I wake up. Never had this before. Yeah, this is something I used to have, and I grew up with it, and there are multiple reasons why. Environmental allergies or food allergies or sensitivities can lead to extra mucus production in the eyes. So you have a sensitivity around the eyes, could be to grass, mold, pollen due to the season. A lot of people think, well, it's winter time, and so I shouldn't have any allergies. That's actually not true. There are winter allergies all around the world, and in the United States, whether you're in the north or the south, you have winter allergies. So What you may want to do is say, okay, do I have allergies or is this a normal allergy time? You might want to get a air filter for your bedroom. The ones that I recommend are at stephencabral.com/resources. You can just click on the air filters and you'll move right down to that. The other can be food sensitivities. So I would run the food sensitivity lab. You can find that at stephencabral.com/labs for that. That's an at-home test for you or for any children in your family. And the last thing I would look at in terms of eye crusties when you wake up, again, we're looking at an overproduction for whatever reason of the the mucus, the sebum in the eyes, and I would look at the gut in general. So if you can, I would run a candida metabolic and vitamins test as well. All right. Cara's up next. You are incredible. Thank you so much for showing up every day for our community. I'm an IHP L2 female graduate, Vata, 25 years old. Recently did a bunch of tests: hormones test, stool test, food sensitivity test, minerals and metals hairs test, neurotransmitter test, due to feeling very wired with muscle spasms and anxious. Gut is great, but the following showed up: stage 5 adrenal fatigue, very low potassium, elevations in mercury, arsenic, and other metals, and apparently my serotonin is on the higher end, not out of range. Low norepinephrine and low epinephrine. The ratio between them is high, though so confused. My question is, what can I do to fix my norepinephrine and epinephrine? Also, do you think the l-theanine from my daily matcha is causing the high serotonin? Should I stop? Okay. All great questions. Great questions. But as an IHP level 2, and you have such a great knowledge base, which is amazing, we want to understand that we want to look at a deeper level. Okay. So if you are stressed and your body is balanced, you will likely produce more GABA and serotonin. This is not your body messing up. When your body is stressed and it's producing excitatory neurotransmitters, those can burn out over time. And you've already said from your hormones test, you're in more of that burnout zone. You're stage 5 adrenal. People won't know what I'm talking about unless you're an IHP level 2. But it means that typically now you're low, you're producing less cortisol during the day. So here's the deal. Your body is still trying to calm down that sympathetic nervous system, and it may be doing that with serotonin. So I don't know that it's from the l-theanine. The l-theanine, I think, may have a greater effect on lowering cortisol and epinephrine than it would on serotonin. I believe the B vitamins you may be taking are helping to produce strong, healthy serotonin, and maybe you're even taking some melatonin, which can have a backwards effect on serotonin as well. So, because you need serotonin to make melatonin. So if you have plenty of melatonin, then you can keep more serotonin. So that's how it can work. But you might want to reduce the l-theanine, maybe. And what we need to do is repair the HPA axis and adrenals. So that's where we start. So we would use maybe Adrenal Soothe, believe it or not, because you're still feeling wired. We would use magnesium. We would... Again, you kind of work the protocols from IHP level 2. I can't give you an exact plan, of course, because I haven't seen your labs. I'm looking at the great overview. And certainly as you're building back up your body with your vitamin C, your vitamin D, your zinc, your Adrenal Soothe, you may also want to do a heavy metal detox as well. All right. Anna's up next. I am generally fit and healthy 35-year-old woman with a long history of being vegetarian who experienced 3 miscarriages. 2 out of 3 was partial molar pregnancy. After all tests, supplementary plan, my period got completely crazy. It used to be every 30 days, and now I'm bleeding for a month. I started on day 10 of my cycle. I have taken progesterone and exactly to stop bleeding. Going to acupuncture, nothing helps. Okay, so we don't know what tests you ran. We don't know what supplementary plan you're doing. And we don't know if we're assuming you're taking progesterone hormones to stop the bleeding. So to me, it sounds like you may be low in progesterone. That's what it showed up on your labs. I can only help you from a natural health perspective. Again, we're not providing any medical advice, medical treatment plans, medical diagnosis. But the very first thing I would run is the stress hormones, mood, and metabolism through Equilife, which is my company, my virtual practice, or you can run it with your local naturopathic doctor or an IHP level 2. And so you can work with any of those, and that's great. But we need to see from a functional medicine standpoint what's going on with your cortisol, your thyroid, estrogen, progesterone, DHEA, and testosterone. And we'll look at your hemoglobin A1C and insulin as well. And if you're also able to, I would love you to run the starter kit. Okay, so that's what I would do. And then we build the plan from there based on your needs. Because right now it's all guesswork. Now, if you're not able to run the labs, at least to start, check out my podcast on estrogen dominance. And there's a whole podcast category just on hormones. So you can go to stephencabral.com/podcast, scroll through the images at the top, and click on rebalance your hormones, okay? And you can even check out the ones on estrogen dominance as well, all right? So that's the best place to get started. That's how we can really help you. All right, Victoria is up next. Hi, Dr. Brawl. Looking forward to this response and hearing your mastery. Thank you for your time. My question is, what order should I heal the issues below? I have a lot of different issues going on. I have long-term Lyme. I have high mold. I also have Candida. Let's see what else. You also have Epstein-Barr virus. Would you first tackle the mold, the Lyme, the Candida, the virus in that order? Most nagging symptoms are vertigo, which is Meniere's, high sensitivity to foods, and eye fatigue. Issues focusing. For example, I could purchase your mold package, then follow. All right, I understand, and I'm happy to help. Okay, so when you have so many different things going on, I totally understand that it's difficult to tackle. Which one do I do? And so what we always start with is the big rocks theory, right? The big rocks is not even a theory, but it's, okay, so if we were to solve a problem like, we want to fill up a bucket the fastest way possible, reach the end goal. We would put in the big rocks first, then we put in the smaller rocks, then the pebbles, then the sand, and that properly fills up the bucket. Well, it's kind of like, okay, it also goes back to what's called the 80-20 rule. If you've never heard about Pareto's principle, I have a podcast on Pareto's principle. It's Pareto, and it essentially talks about the 80-20 rule. This means that 20% of what you do will get you 80% of the results in anything that you do. So it's like the small factors of things would get you 80% of your results. That's why we're so big on the 21-day functional medicine detox if no one's ever done it before, because it just does so much. So it's actually where we start, Victoria. So before all these individual protocols, we need to open up the liver detox pathways. So I'm just going to get, again, no medical advice, no medical treatment plans here. We're getting your body healthy. 21-day functional medicine detox. Then what we do is we move into the CBO protocol. Then from there, we go into the mold-based protocol. And the whole time, we are using the immunity protocol as well to boost the immune system to help with some of these viral-based issues you're having as well. Once we have less stressors in the body is then better able to deal with Lyme as well as Epstein too. So that's kind of the high level. We're always happy as a health coaching team to give you more specific advice, but that's certainly where I would start without knowing your full story. All right. And again, health coaching can be found at stephencabral.com/health-coaching. That will take you over to the health coaching team. All right, one more question for the day. This is from Dar. Again, we answer 6 questions every Saturday and another 6 every Sunday. Dar says, have you ever done the Andrea Moritz liver and gallbladder flush? Wondering what your thoughts are on it. I've done it a few times. It ends with olive oil and grapefruit juice and having Epsom salt with water to flush out the stones. All right, this is a great last question to answer. And here's why. If you head on over to stephencabral.com/podcasts, there's a search bar. And the reason why I mention that is that last question came in on December 9th. I am not able to see these questions until the day I open up this document, which is when I answer them. There's no prep time. So this is being answered on January 21st. So what's that about? Can't even do the math right now. 3 weeks plus another 3. It's about 6 weeks. Yeah, that's typically what it takes, 6 weeks. This question is answered already by typing in the search box. And we just go to, you can type in liver, gallbladder, like any of those things. So I'll type in gall, and you might have to type in different variations, but you'll find it, gallbladder flush. Because remember, we've done 2,178 shows. So I've covered a lot of topics. All right, gallbladder flush wasn't there. That could be because maybe I spelled gallbladder wrong. Let's see. Yeah, I spelled gallbladder wrong. All right. So let's go back. All right. So I am not finding it because I am not typing in the right thing. So I'm going to go to Google and I'm going to type in Stephen Cabral, just my name. Then I'm going to type in liver and gallbladder. Oh, it's probably because I call it a cleanse, right? Because that's the popular vernacular. But I just typed in Stephen Cabral, liver and gallbladder, and it looks like it came up first. There it is, episode 206. All right. So you have two ways to search for topics. You can go to my podcast, and if you don't type in the right thing, like all I needed to type in was gallbladder cleanse, and I would have found it. It's episode 206, and I even give you a cheat sheet as to how to do it. So there you go. Hopefully that answers your question. StephenCabral.com/206 for how to do the liver and gallbladder cleanse and my take on that as well. All right. Thank you, everyone. Appreciate you tuning in. And tomorrow I'll be back answering 6 more of our community's questions. Thank you so much for tuning into today's show. And hopefully you heard all last week about our brand new Iboan-based membership. This is not just another membership. This is not just another online-based program. This is a program that is built around you and our global health community. It is the program that I've been looking to create for the past 5 years, and finally, we've been able to do it in partnership with Equalife. This means that we are going to truly help you figure out your underlying root cause imbalances. If you're already well, great. We're going to show you how to optimize your body. And if you're not feeling well, or you're gaining more weight than you like, or you're aging at a much faster rate, we're going to help you with that as well. Here's what we're going to do. Every 90 days, we are going to ship you out a brand new lab test, and that lab test is going to come with a 30-minute coaching consultation. This means you're not only going to get the lab test, you're going to get the results, you're going to get the coaching call, and you're also going to get a customized plan. I mean, it can't get any better than that. And it's not just about the lab testing, which shares with you these underlying root causes, but we're also going to provide you with master classes every single month. This means that we're going to be doing workshops. So these are real workshops with experts in their field. I have many amazing colleagues that I want to introduce you to. We're talking about celebrity chefs, teaching you the best recipes, showing them creating these recipes. We're going to be working with mental health based therapists. We're going to be working with the best exercise professionals out there. We're going to be talking about people that create the binaural beats, people that do the absolute best breath work based programs out there, hot and cold based therapy. And again, this is going to be interactive. We're going to be doing this live on video, and then we're also going to be taking our community's questions, Q&A at the end. This is exclusive to our new Iboan-based members. Absolutely phenomenal. Again, I have so much more that I want to share with you, but I'm going to keep it at that for today. I'm going to send you over to the membership page because, again, I could go on, and I have a video explaining that there, but I want you to know all of this is going to culminate in April when we release our brand new app. Again, this is members only, charter members only for these first 90 days of anyone that is joining before that is going to get access to this app. And this app is going to be next level, providing you with exercise, nutrition, all your lab results, everything stored in one place. We can also create your ideal day. In your ideal week, you and your coach will be able to work together. So if you're currently working with an integrative health practitioner, you'll be able to work with your integrative health practitioner. If you're working with someone on our team, you can work with our team. This is the future of healthcare. It really is. This is where we're going to be taking people where they learn that they're able to take control of their own health. I want to share with you all the details. So if you want to head on over right now to equa.life, you'll be able to find all of those details by clicking on that Iboan-based banner. I'll give you a direct link as well. Go to equa.life/Iboan or StephenCabral.com/Iboan. But they'll all send you to the same place. And Iboan is spelled AYUBOWAN. Iboan by Equalife. It is the future. I would love to have you as part of the community. I would love to be chatting with you too on our next workshop. Take care, everyone.